Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode the 18th of Chariot of the Pods, your favorite podcast about the Stargate franchise. It is I, your host, Adam, joined, as always, by my first prime in a funny little devil armor, is Tyler.
I'm here to take names and kick ass.
And also joined, also as always, by the gray little man of this podcast, Jason.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, that's actually more accurate. And our very special guest this week, coming all the way from the galaxy with the spider robots, is Justin.
Fuck you.
Actually, that's pretty
Being
much
combative today, aren't we?
that's probably what the spider robots say when they kill the Russians.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Did the Russians just say that every time they shoot him? Do we have to cut that? I don't know what that's. I just know what that means. Anyway,
Stargate, everybody.
I don't know.
Off to a hot start today.
Speaking of Stargate
I'm
and
just
Russians,
being an asshole.
I can tell.
I need a good laugh. I had some nasty surprises today.
Well,
Nothing.
speaking of nasty surprises, we're starting here with the first 4 episodes of season the 4th of Stargate SG-1. Starting with episode 1, the conclusion to the cliffhanger at the end of season 3. The episode Small Victories. In this episode, the crew get back together. Everyone changes hairstyles. A Russian submarine gets attacked by a space robot bug that kills everyone. And there's a plot of O'Neill and Teal'c and Daniel, I guess he's there, dealing with the Russian submarine full of space bugs, and then Carter going on a wacky space adventure with Thor. And that's pretty much it. They shoot a lot of space bugs.
They sure do.
And they blow up a submarine full of space bugs. And
they
all the
blow
space
up
bugs
a bunch of
rust.
Spaceships full of space
Yeah.
bugs that don't rust because they're in space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In space, no one can hear you rust.
So the most important question here is, how do we feel about Teal'c's whatever the fuck it is coming down on his chin?
The chin strap?
Yeah, the chin. It's not. I always thought of a chin strap as like going the other way, but I guess
This is
it's a chin strap done wrong.
Yeah,
we've had this conversation before.
A vertical chin strap.
It is the Teal'c T. I will not address it as anything other than that.
The Teal'c T. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I hate it.
Look, it was the year 2000.
Was this popular in the year 2000?
Is not the worst facial hair I've seen from the year 2000.
It's pretty bad. It's up there.
It's
a bleached chin strip on Christopher Judge. It's not the worst facial hair from 2000.
No, it's not. I can tell you what the worst is. There's
tell me.
Somebody's gonna hate me for saying this, but there's a metal band called Nevermore. They're a great band, fantastic. You should listen to them. Their vocalist was a guy named Worrell Dane, and I can't properly describe this, so I'm going to just like copy the image link and from Wikipedia and see if someone else can describe this guy's facial hair. I didn't show it correctly. Copy image link.
Oh,
and of course
that's
okay. So I can describe it. That's what happens when you have matted hair. Except you think it's a beard, so.
Teal'c's thing is positively amazing in comparison. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to dunk on him too much. He died of a heart attack a few years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, yeah, sucks. Great band. I don't really want to look at the vocalist.
You don't want to look at that horrible fucking beard that he had?
It's It's not
all right.
good.
So everyone was
awful beard.
making questionable beard decisions in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen, there's some bad ones. Like you go look at that video for I think it's Chop Suey. Their guitarist or bassist, whichever one, also not good facial hair going on.
It's almost like American Civil War bad facial hair.
I mean the picture, not Teal'c.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think Tilk's is not great, but it's fine.
It's
Why
weird
is it
for
bleached?
him to have a bleached, like just a strip of hair there.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah.
And furthermore, he was only like lore wise, he was only gone for like a week.
2 weeks, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, like how did you grow that little strip of facial hair and manage to shave the rest of your face?
He concentrated really hard with extra candles around him.
Oh yeah, that's
Basically.
Maybe another feature of like having a Gould larva is you can control the hair follicles on your face.
But in exchange, the Gold Larva gets to insult you a bunch, right? But
He gets to-
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, quick plot summary aside. The episode opens with them getting the second gate set up. It's been 2 weeks. Daniel's cut his bangs finally.
Yep.
The rest of SG-1 comes back through. Teal'c has his chin strip. Carter has a new hairdo.
Yeah, she's got I guess the messy bob is what I would call it.
The Bessie Bob, yeah. O'Neill has just not dyed his hair for a long time, so he's got the full salt pepper going on. More salt than pepper. Yeah.
Daniel Jackson does mention the chin. Are we calling it the chin strip? The landing
That's
strip?
what I'm calling it.
We can call it chin strip.
Okay. And I think at one point O'Neill says, "Nope, don't touch it," which fair. You shouldn't touch that.
That's just a fun little thing of acknowledging it and then also implying that it was a thing when he grew it, and the rest of the cast has already moved on. Oh yeah, they redo the gag from the beginning of the previous episode where O'Neill's about to head out on a fishing trip, and then Carter runs to meet him in the hallway about something. But instead of getting beamed, they get told about the Russians. Because the actual cold open of the episode is in a Russian submarine, where a replicator gets up through a torpedo tube and into the submarine and murders the crew. It's a pretty good X-Files style cold open, I would say.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like one of the lines from the Russians is, it's something along the lines of, maybe these are the bugs from the previous episodes.
Oh, so because they're speaking in Russian, I guess Ukrainian as well. Yeah. They're saying whatever back and forth, and there's no subtitles. It's supposed to have an air of not really knowing for us not really what's going on, like kind of like realism you would see from an X-Files episode.
So are they just breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah, so like when the guy says, what do you think is in there? And the other guy says, maybe it's a bug from previous episode.
Great.
Fantastic. Those actors are just taking the piss.
That explains why my subtitles just said speaks in Russian.
Yeah. Because we're not supposed to know what they're saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, they all die.
Yeah, I mean, they do mention that later, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess this is where they realize that the replicators are in fact on Earth. But
there is a replicator on Earth.
Yeah.
One got through and conveniently killed a submarine. Not sure how it was able to, like, are they buoyant or nah, you know what? I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's not important. You know what is important? The B plot of this episode.
Where Thor just kind of shows up through the Stargate, says, "Hey, I need one of you to come with me. We need to blow up some shit in my galaxy."
Yeah.
And then Carter goes with him.
Mm-hmm.
and then tries to think of a dumb monkey brain idea of dealing with replicators for them, and it works.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
like
I guess the other big plot point here is that the replicators are only as strong as what they replicate from. So, because these ones are made of like parts of an old Russian submarine, that they're actually kind of easy to mess up.
oh yeah, the ones on the Russian submarine. Once O'Neill and Teal'c and some red shirts get on there and investigate, the replicators they find that have been replicated from the materials on the sub are all rusty and gross and easy to blow apart.
And are technically now Soviet-made replicators.
They are Soviet replicators.
I guess.
See, this is what communism does now.
Russians haven't
Yeah.
been communists for at least years. Maybe not 10 years, but years.
So, some fun facts. This is one of those fun things about like low to mid budget filmmaking. Is some guys had bought an old Soviet submarine, an old Foxtrot class, the B-39, and had it hanging around in Vancouver for a few years while trying to figure out what to do with it. Because when the Soviet Union fell, they just sold off like naval assets to whoever.
Yeah, capitalism.
Capitalism. Like Pepsi had like the fourth largest fleet in the world at one point, as you do. But one of the submarines that just got sold around to collectors for funsies was the B-39, an old Foxtrot from the late 60s. And it just happened to be hanging around in Vancouver Harbor between like 96 and 2002. So somehow the producers of this show were able to like talk the owners of the sub into using it as a set. It's like they're just driving around San Francisco, Vancouver. They see just a submarine there. They're like, hey, I wonder if we can use that submarine for something. Kind of like they did with the great sulfur pile, and other Vancouver landmarks we've been seeing.
Yeah, you got to make use of the sulfur pile.
You have to make use of. They made use of that very quickly.
They sure did.
But that's like the old like Roger Corman way of finding filming locations. Is I know a guy who knows about a tank in the middle of the woods somewhere. Let's go shoot a tank movie just around this derelict tank for like $50. Or it's like I know someone that can get me a tax break in Peru, so let's go film a death race movie in Lima.
Yeah,
right? Just like finding whatever, like using whatever you can find at hand. Is one of the fun things about low cost filmmaking that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And so we have a submarine episode in SG-1.
We do. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we also have a space episode, which is why it's kind of like wild, the deltas between the two plots here. Like, you got more or less what if Alien, but on a submarine, and then you have another one which is straight up like, yeah, we're in space. Look at this cool CG of the ship flying.
What if you got Sequest and Star Trek in the same Stargate episode?
I mean, most Star Trek filler episodes would have like A and B plots like this that are just different cast members in completely different places doing things.
Although
I don't
these
feel like
do
this is a
relate to
B
each other.
episode, though.
No, this isn't a filler episode. They're doing this in like a main plot episode.
Yeah. But I do think it works well. Like the idea of like Thor coming through and them saying like, "Oh, great, like we really need your help." And he's like, "I was going to ask you guys for help. We're pretty fucked right now." like that's really good to me. I think it's very funny.
Was it a good idea to show the replicators as vulnerable this early on? Because, like, this, if you guys hadn't already hinted that these things, or honestly, if the show hadn't already hinted that these things are going to play a much bigger role later on, I would assume that this is the end of these things, because they kill them fairly easily. This seems like a, all right, we're done with this enemy kind of thing. I don't think they are.
Well, they kill them on Earth, but there's still like an issue. The Asgard are still fighting them. You do make a point.
Yeah, but
of that
it
at the end of the
seems,
episode.
sure, but it still seems like they died pretty easily.
Yeah. But you got to remember, they are what they eat. they ate a crappy old Russian submarine. There are replicators out there that have eaten like the fancy like Asgard ship. I mean, like, what's better, a modern day smartphone or old crappy Nokia from the 2000s?
An old crappy Nokia.
Hey,
That's a bad
That
comparison.
Nokia's great, man.
Yeah.
It's got the
It's-
flip keyboard.
Also, they're made of roughly the same material, so
They're also indestructible.
All right, I didn't exactly think out the analogy completely, but you know what I
Yeah,
was
like if you
going
made
for.
a replicator of an iPhone, it would just explode when touching the ground.
Oh my
Just
gosh, if a
immediately.
replicator ate an old Nokia, it would literally be indestructible.
Yeah, you could not. We would all be doomed. In fact, people in the future are throwing their iPhones at the replicators in order to have a chance.
It's like the difference between like pig iron and like stainless steel or something.
Yeah.
Also, I think another thing we need to remember is this is the swarmy race of the Stargate universe. The swarm in the submarine wasn't able to get too big like it was in Thor's ship, so
Yeah, they did have like that one like weird queen that they made, which was what I assume made out of the one that made it off the Asgard ship.
Yeah.
that was a plot point.
Which you know what that reminds me, we get a return to the forget this joke from the previous episode, which I think is very good.
Yeah.
Well, that was from
Oh,
like the
right.
pipe when they were trying to escape, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then he jumps down. He's like, "Oh, forget this," and then they leave the room and lock the door. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was like that whole scene of them is more or less them giving up. Like, you know what, just blow it up. We ain't making it out of here.
yeah. They didn't even try to climb the ladder because they're only blocking like the top deck. Then they're on the third deck. They could have gone up at least to the second deck or something. I don't know.
I guess, but at that point, the replicators were like making weird like blockades out of what I assume was Russian like spoons or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
How did you guys like the replicator firefights in this episode?
I mean,
Um,
it's still just dumping
it's largely
shotgun
just
blasts.
it's largely just a retread of last time. Last time it was just like full dumping mags in large hallways that are easy to film. This time it
Mhm.
was like full dumping mags inside of a submarine with no ear protection.
I'm surprised that they were allowed to shoot that many blanks inside that submarine. For being honest.
Enough
Were they
money will
wearing
do
ear
wonders.
protection?
It was hard to see. They were wearing helmets, so they might have been wearing hearing protection. I mean, it's easy enough to get away with wearing just earplugs for the actors. That
If
way
you
you
shoot
don't
a
really like
gun in that
ruin
small a
the
space,
cinematography of it.
yeah. Listen, if you shoot a gun in that small a space, you're gonna have some hearing damage.
Yeah, but
And-
they're actors; they're used to it.
Yeah. Well, I think you have like different varieties of like fake like cartridges. Like some of them, like if you want like your weapons fire to have like a really nice big flame, there's going to be more powder in the cartridge, but there are times where you want to have you're not worried about generating that same effect, so the cartridge will have less powder. So
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they probably had some sort of special ammo just for this particular episode.
Like just
I
like
mean, it's possible.
just tune the blanks as well as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, weapons masters in like movie sets and television sets are actually like quite important, and they have a lot of like they're experts in this kind of thing, right? So I'm assuming that they didn't mess it up, and that people in this episode didn't mess up their hearing.
Yeah.
And also, again, the sub owners wouldn't want any damage to the submarine, so they would have to really tune those blanks pretty low.
Yeah, typically. I mean, they might have even just made them like flashy, and then they could have just like put the sound effects in themselves, like after the fact, right?
Yeah, that makes
It
sense.
didn't seem like it, but like I don't know, who knows? Maybe they just did a good job with that.
You know, now that I think about it, this episode must have been really challenging to shoot because it's not just the actors in those small little hallways. It's like the guys with the cameras and like just trying to
that might be why
navigate.
that might be why they relied on the helmet cams so much.
Yeah, just like the crappy like CCT footage. It added
Yeah.
a nice touch, though. I will say that.
Yeah, conveying
Didn't
most
we
of the
get some like
submarine
first
action.
person views of the replicators as well?
Yeah, because most of the scenes where they're in the sub are being shown on like the little TVs in the command post with Daniel watching, like the helmet cams of everyone. So that's where they convey most of the action in the submarine, which I guess helps cut down on squeezing people in there.
Yeah. Also, you know what else helps cut down on actors? Is just have the two of them eat it immediately.
Only one of them made it immediately. The other one got out.
I thought both of the other guys died.
No, just the one that was with Teal, who like freaked out and started shooting for no reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
the guy who started it all?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Stevens.
That's right, his name was Stevens.
Yeah. And the other one was Baker.
Yeah, Baker made
Stevens
it out.
and Baker. Okay, well I'm good. It's glad Baker made it out. Though he did not go back in, as it turns out.
No.
He was
What
probably
would
like,
you?
fuck that. Like, I'm gonna take retirement. I think I'm gonna retire. We did get to miss them opening the door with that. Actually, no. Before I get to that, let's talk about their plans. Their plan was what, to just like create an explosion, distraction, and hope that the queen wouldn't go see it, and then just more or less dump on the queen. Which, who boy, did they dump on the queen?
Yeah, they did it. Yeah, so after that first recon and Stevens dies, they're like, okay, well, if these things are just made out of rusty metal, we can just sink it into a short circuit and die. Except for the original bug, who would go back into
Yeah.
the ocean and go wherever.
Find another sub. We
Yeah,
assume.
find another submarine and invade that. So then O'Neill and Teal'c go back in for a second time with the plan to, I guess, waste the queen and then try to escape, so that the Navy can just sink the submarine, just scuttle it,
Yeah.
but offshore.
And they do succeed like spectacularly in terms of like how much they waste that queen. How many shots did O'Neill dump into that thing?
So he threw in a grenade at
Mhm.
first, and then after the grenade went off, just dumped several automatic shotgun blasts into the thing.
Yeah, it felt like he was taking 10 shots in there, just like.
I mean, I feel like that's justified.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, fair.
yeah. So apparently, this is a trend with Richard Dean Anderson. It wasn't this episode, but there's a famous case where he like blows like entire season's budget in like one episode for like fake rounds.
He just holds the trigger down.
Yeah. Apparently, he's very fond of DACA.
As we all are. It's like, oh, cool! I have this fake automatic shotgun, and I can just hold the trigger down. Fun. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah.
Once again, he's a big producer on this show at this point, so if he wants to do this, he can.
If he just wants to fire blanks forever, then he can fire blanks forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which, fair.
Yeah, that's a very O'Neill thing to do.
Yeah. Speaking of O'Neill, how did you guys like the Asgard's name of their new ship that's going to save them all?
That was a fun gag.
Yeah.
Because
we call this ship the O'Neill.
for the listener, when Carter gets to Asgard homeworld, Thor shows off the brand new shiny ship called the O'Neill, because they like O'Neill that much, I guess. And she's given the I guess not Ender's Game task, but like the strategic problem of how to deal with these 3 replicator ships heading towards the planet. Finding them doesn't work because the replicators, when they invade a spaceship, adapt it to changing the weapons to penetrate whatever, like ships of similar style, which is why the Asgard haven't been able to defeat them yet.
Which at this
So
point, it
then,
seems like the replicators are more or less like they're in the process of like trying to fight the replicators with their ships, I guess.
yeah, so like there was a space battle going on off screen. 3 of the bug ships versus 5 Asgard ships. The 5 Asgard ships get wasted off screen.
I thought they got taken over.
No, they just got blown up because there's only 3 ships on the way after that.
Okay.
I guess they avoided capture, but blew up. It's minor point.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of back and forth between Amanda Tapping and the puppet for Thor. She's just in a room
Yeah.
by herself talking to an animatronic. That's always fun
Who,
acting.
for the most part, is basically just kind of laying in a chair.
Yeah, just sitting in a chair. Like
for someone whose race is about to get massacred, he's lounging pretty good.
Yeah.
Unflappable Thor.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what did you guys think of that the Asgard sustain themselves by eating shapes?
Oh,
Flavor
That
cubes.
was a gag.
that was a good gag though. Like when he's like, "Do you require sustenance?" And she's like, "Sure." And then he like makes those things. Says, "I like the what was it?
I like the
the
yellow ones.
Yellow ones.
I like the yellow ones." She eats and is like,
Yeah.
it's like apparently like the most rancid thing she's ever tasted.
I mean, you wouldn't think that like
Biology. Yeah.
there. You wouldn't think that like one species food would work for the other, but
Yeah. How do you
pretty
guys
fun.
like the rapport between Carter and Thor? I kind of like it.
It works.
Yeah,
it
that's good.
It helps that Thor is also Michael Shanks.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like this guy who's like incredibly intelligent but also like a dumbass talking to someone else who's incredibly intelligent but also kind of a dumbass but different reasons.
Yeah, so there's a lot of back and forth between them. Eventually, she has the self-proclaimed stupid idea of using the O'Neill as bait because it's made out of a new super alloy. That's like an all-you-eat buffet to the replicators, I suppose. Sending it out, getting the bug ships to chase it, and then I guess self-destructing it, taking out the bugs, and it works perfectly.
Which
As
I
it
mean,
did.
they make a point to say like, oh yeah, when they're in hyperspace, they have no shields because they're just busy like eating. So,
Hyperspacing.
yeah, while you're
When-
hyperspacing,
You don't
though,
have
I think did they make a mention of something like that you can't really attack when in hyperspacing, but you can blow up? Like I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
But
like
yeah,
the
they
weapon
they
shields
use
don't
the
work.
O'Neill as bait, and then like it explodes both 3 ships, or all 3 ships in like a weird screen effect, which is just kind of like, okay, you don't actually show it to us, and that's fine. I get it. You spent all your budget on the one ship flying over
they
the
show an
planet.
explosion right after that.
Yeah, like in the distance, it's just like a supernova.
It's in
effect.
space.
Oh yeah, they do show that, but they don't
It's
show the
still
ship.
like they don't show the ships exploding, which is fine. They're supposed to be in hyperspace.
Yeah, and then we get the lovely scene of like Carter kneeling down and hugging Thor.
And it's like, ooh, don't break the prop. Ah, boy, ah, jeez.
Yeah, did I hurt you? It's like,
Don't break the animatronic.
yeah.
We only got like one.
Also, like Thor has like a great line where he says something along the lines of like, "It was your stupid idea, Major Carter."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she said, well, yeah, it's a stupid idea, but you brought me here to because I would have stupid ideas. And then
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Which they had a gag of that in the beginning too, where like they mentioned something, we need someone else, so you're looking for someone stupider than you. And then Carter says, "I'll go," and then I think O'Neill says, like, "I don't think you're stupid enough."
yeah. Yeah, so that was a running gag throughout the episode, which I mean, if you see that guns work on replicators, like surely the Asgard can just like print a whole bunch of auto turrets. I don't know.
I guess. I think the implication is that like they never would have thought of that to begin with, and it's not like they had a chance to make a bunch of them in the meantime.
So, like,
And like
in my
so their weapons are like laser based, which don't seem to work particularly well. It. I wonder if like, how much time would it take? Do you think it would take for them to like spin up some equivalent of firearms.
I would think not that long. With their
So,
industrial capacity.
This is my line of thinking in terms of like headcanon. Like the scene where Thor walks through the Stargate, he's basically like waddling.
Yeah, and they just
Like-
can't handle the guns.
Like they're physically incapable. I mean, Thor is always laying down or sitting in a chair.
That's why I said auto turrets.
Yeah.
They could make
But
how
how cool
automated
would it be
turrets.
for like little
See-
Thor to have like a fucking spas just going boom, 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 boom.
I mean,
Like-
honestly, like I think the thing this show is trying to say is that they are basically the worst kind of Stack Overflow poster, where it's just like here's a simple question. We're gonna give you an overly complicated, far too long answer, and that's what kind of engineer they are. Overcomplicate everything.
Just over engineering.
Yeah.
Right.
We need to make this table. We've designed this anti-gravity platform.
Yeah. And it's very like one-dimensional problem solving. It's like, okay, the replicators keep defeating our ship, so let's just build a bigger ship. Which
Yeah.
Carter
Bigger
then
ship.
Yeah, a bigger ship.
With
Which Carter
blackjack and
points
hookers.
Yeah, which Carter then points out that's not going to work. They're just going to ingest it or whatever.
It's going
more or
to
less assimilate that ship as well.
They're
Like,
going
listen.
to assimilate it, you could say.
Like the Asgard
Yes.
cannot think outside of the box.
Yes, you don't need a railgun. You need a cudgel.
Yeah.
What you need is a 50-foot tall bipedal robot with a sword. All right, are you following me?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
piloted by an angsty teenager.
Always piloted by an
Yeah.
teenager.
They're the only ones available, really.
I mean, aren't Gundams made out of like a special material, like a super special, nearly indestructible material?
I mean,
Gundanium.
it's not
It de-
indestructible.
It depends
Or-
on which
It blows up quite well, actually.
it
Yeah.
depends on which
Show you're watching.
which century you're in, I guess is the correct way of saying it.
No.
But
I was aware of only one universal century.
Yeah, there's Universal
Universal
Century,
Century,
and there's like there are a handful of others that spin
There's
off. Like
the-
Gundam Seed and G Gundam are their own.
Tell me
Yeah,
about the
like
Tequila
wing.
Gundam.
there's also the Gundam Wing verse, but
there's the wing, the seed,
that
the
lasted
war.
for one show.
hey, it only needed one show.
They seem to have given up entirely on spinning off into a different franchise, and are just like, what else can we staple on to Universal Century?
Wait, what do you mean? The Mercury Witch was in its own timeline.
Oh, I guess so.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm not a Gundam nerd. I'm sorry to all the Gundam nerds listening to this.
Not yet, you aren't. Look
Uh-huh.
forward to our new podcast on Gundam.
Oh boy.
There's actually too much. I would say fuck that. No, I ain't doing that.
Listen, Gundam
think in-
0079 is actually pretty good.
I'm just gonna watch that
holds
Pengu
up.
video again. That's all I'm gonna do.
I think in our counts, maybe like twice of Stargate because of the short
I
episode.
think it's at least double that. I think it's like maybe 3 times of that.
No, because like all
They've been making it
Stargate
a long time.
is, I think,
157
200
hours is what the back of my DVD case says. For
but they also have
Stargate SG-1.
Atlantis.
Let
and
me,
Universe.
let me go get it. Hold on.
So it's like 200 something hours for all Stargate, and it's like 500 something hours for all Gundam.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where like one of these things has been around since the 80s, and one of these things started in the 90s. Kind of got a pretty big head start.
And ended. That's the big thing. That Gundam hasn't ended. Stargate has, unless Amazon actually follows through.
Gundam.
From what I
Gundam.
understand, they actually are following
S-
through.
SG-1 running time approximately over 157 hours. Atlantis running time approximately 123 hours. Universe running time approximately 28 hours and 40 minutes.
So hold on to
Get
300
that 40
hours.
minutes in.
Yeah, so
But yeah.
so Gundam, I think, is like 600 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So, any other notes for this episode?
I mean, I think this is a good episode. I like it as a start to the season. It's got some cool moments, some good banter, some big explosions.
Yeah, there's good
Overall,
lines.
a good
The
start.
production quality is better than last season, noticeably. They're
Yeah.
they're using better cameras now. They have better lighting on their sets, noticeably.
Yeah, like you can now see Gary Jones in all of his glory.
Yeah, so there's been like a big production upgrade between seasons
Yeah,
3
they
and 4.
got new gear, clearly.
Yeah, they have more extras hanging around as well, which makes it feel more alive than before.
I hate Teal'c's landing strip. I'm glad the bangs on Daniel Jackson are gone. And honestly, even Amanda Tapping's new haircut in this, I think it works.
Yeah, that one works.
Yeah, and honestly, it makes sense. Like, yeah, you were on an alien planet for an amount of time where you had no access to the equipment to cut your hair, and it's like, oh, that looks fine. Keep it. Why not?
One other note I had is the Siler abuse continues. Like early on in the episode, we see Daniel Jackson running to the Stargate room, and he bumps into Siler. So it was very subtle this episode, but it was there, and I noticed it. And the other note I had is like the very first scene is Michael Shanks in the infirmary, and we actually got to see the scar left over from his appendix
Appendectomy?
surgery.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, we should probably mention that Daniel Jackson was out of the episode because the character in universe had to have appendix surgery. Michael Shanks had appendix surgery.
yeah, like a few days before the Nemesis episode is what the trivia in Amazon said.
Mm-hmm. It's almost why that episode had more Thor than Daniel Jackson.
Yeah, so they're writing around both constraints and opportunities. You don't have one of your 4 stars. Okay, well, figure out a way to not have him be around very much. Yeah, have a submarine laying around. Use a submarine.
Hell yeah,
That's filmmaking, baby.
yeah, smart
Yeah.
filmmaking.
All
Yeah,
right, so
overall, a
are
good
we done
episode.
here?
Yep,
I think so.
fantastic episode.
But just like the only question I would ask is everyone like feeling good about this episode?
Oh yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good one.
I really like the episodes where there's some action and combat in it, so this was right up my alley.
Probably liked most of these then. 3/4 of them.
Oh, we'll get to
I
that.
wonder what you could possibly mean.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Let's
So,
move on them.
moving on to season 4, episode the 2nd, The Other Side. Who wants this one?
Oh, I don't know, man. This
Who
one's
here wants to talk about the space Nazis?
this one's rough.
You love talking about Nazis.
I was
I do.
No, not you.
so
I'm just
I actually thought they were more like clanners from the BattleTech universe.
That's a
It'll-
terrible way of thinking about it.
You need to explain what a clanner from the BattleTech universe is because I have no idea what you're talking about.
So imagine a race of people that are all like, instead of like being born naturally, they're cloned in a vat, and it's a very limited gene pool that people
Mhm.
believe are superior, and they have various derogatory names for people that are naturally born.
Oh, so it is literally the clanners. Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. Okay. I mean, I
And-
can give the quick plot synopsis if you guys need me to.
Yeah,
yeah.
roll with it.
Yeah. Okay. So the quick plot synopsis is it opens with more or less the SGC being dialed. This is at this point the 3rd time it's been dialed, of which they've not really opened the iris because why would you? Though they are trying to figure out why this planet keeps dialing them. So they more or less establish something similar to radio contact, except they can only hear them, they can't speak with them. So on the other end, they hear someone basically who sounds a lot like Odo from Stargate Deep Space Nine or Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Stargate Deep Space Nine. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, begging for help. They can't answer back though, and then the wormhole closes. And then the next time that opens, they more or less are able to make contact. Odo, I can't remember the character's name, so I'm just gonna call him Odo. Basically says, "Oh, we're of your kin. We need help. We're constantly under attack by the enemy. We're in a war. Please save us. Whatever the heck." So they have a discussion on base. Hammond isn't really interested in joining a war with people they don't know, but Daniel Jackson kind of convinces them, well, maybe we can do something humanitarianly. Like we show up, we can try to help them in some ways, and whatever, we'll figure something out. They go there. They meet Odo, basically lying on the floor, bleeding. They help him, and then Odo's people shows up, and they all kind of like, oh, we're being attacked by the enemy. Now, they're all very non-descriptive of what the enemy is, but essentially they go back to their area. They say, yeah, we'll totally like give you all the technology in the world if you just help us. Like, so please help us. At this point, O'Neill seems very interested. Daniel Jackson seems very suspicious, mostly because they keep making weird side glances at Teal'c. This will come up later. So Odo explains to them that apparently the upper area of this planet is more or less poisoned. They're all living underground. They have like shields to protect them, and most of their people are in stasis. So there's a crap ton of people in pods. When they decide to do the exchange of technology, Daniel Jackson raises the question, well, why don't you just leave the planet? Like the upper portions are poisoned. Like, what are you even fighting for, right? Just why have this war at all? O'Neill more or less tells him to shut up at this point because he's like, well, we could get some technology and this will be good. They go back. Hammond says, yeah, okay, we'll give them whatever they need. What did they need? Was it like hard water or something?
Yeah, HO3.
It was heavy water.
Heavy water.
Which
okay.
is not something... My understanding is that's not something you could just conjure up.
I have seen it in real life before, so it's something
it's
that
a
the
real
military
thing.
definitely has
It
access to.
exists.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think it's something you can just conjure up out of nowhere, all like, especially barrels of the stuff.
Yeah, I imagine getting a crap ton of it short notice would be at least somewhat difficult, but maybe not so much for the U.S. military. But anyways, they go back. There's a couple of like weird firefights with weird remote control headsets that apparently like fry your brain if you use them too much. I guess that's like video games bad sort of deal there. I don't know what they're trying to go with there. At which point they more or less say like, "Yep, we're gonna help you. Everything's gonna be great, hunky dory." Daniel Jackson doesn't feel good about it, but they're about to leave, and more or less Odo makes an offhand comment about Teal'c, which kind of makes O'Neill realize, "Hey, wait a minute."
Oh, yeah,
Wait a minute.
He's like, yeah, don't bring that one back with you. He's not like us.
Yeah, he's different. It's like, where have I heard this before?
Like, come again?
Yeah? Oh, you just realizing this now? At which point O'Neill's like, okay, I'm sorry, Daniel, I need you to ask around. We're going to figure out what's going on here. So they all kind of go on their own little investigation trips. So O'Neill's investigation trip has them check out the people in the pods, and as they're swiping through all the people in the pods, they're like, oh no. It's suddenly realizing these are all fair-skinned people with blonde hair and blue eyes.
No. The gag there is that it's all the same 4 pictures over and over again.
Oh, were they clones or something? Is that what that was?
Yeah, like they're all clones.
Oh, I didn't know that they're all clones. That's funny.
Yep.
I just assumed they were all like, maybe they were all like inbred or whatever the fuck. But yeah,
no, because it's the same 4 pictures over and over again. That's the gag.
I assumed it was like the same handful of people being cloned, but yeah,
like
it's
like they found their space Aryans and then just cloned thousands of them.
Yeah. So then Daniel's investigation leads him to asking the one lady that's in the area, I guess. So like, what do you call the enemy? At one point, she's like, "Oh, they're the breeders. They just breed willy nilly with anyone." It's like, oh, it's like they're all different kinds of people and colors. It's like, yeah, that. So it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then I think when the two meet up, Daniel's just like, they did it. They definitely started it. I guarantee you, they did.
And then Carter is like inspecting the schematics of the base. And it's like, hey,
Yeah,
what are these tubes for that go to these big storage tanks? Turns out that's where the poison comes from.
Yeah. So it turns out like these people, that the big reveal is that these people are the ones poisoning the upper earth. The people trying to attack them are just trying to get them to stop poisoning the earth. Also, eugenics, 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 eugenics.
The most
Yeah.
eugenics.
They
Yeah.
poison their own planet in the hope that while hiding out in their evil Nazi bunker, in the hope that the poison would kill everyone else, and then they would let the planet heal itself, and then they would just reemerge as the only people,
Yeah.
And
species,
then
race,
repopulate the
whatever you want to
world with
say.
their master race.
Yeah,
much.
sure. Because, evolution over thousands of years won't just make everyone varied again.
It's
That won't
real
happen.
like Wolfenstein shit going on here.
We'll do it again. Eugenics,
Oh, it
eugenics,
absolutely is.
eugenics,
Like,
eugenics.
this is absolutely like it's something. This episode starts off pretty intriguing, but like by the end of it, you realize, oh wait, this is literally just a Nazi, a mad space Nazi scientist lair. That's what this is.
Kinda. At one point, I was like, "Wait, is it Nazis or are they just straight up like inbreeders?" Like, just because. And I only bring this up is because the other lady's like, "Oh, they breed with anyone, where we only breed selectively." And it's like, are you all related? Like, what's going on here?
I
don't
think
know,
they're trying to get at the whole like master race thing without saying the term master race.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
don't want to say it out loud, even though that at a certain point they say the quiet part out loud.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess the
Specifically with
PC,
Teal'c.
I guess the PC way to say this is they're genetic supremacist.
Sure. I mean, eugenics
Yeah.
is the thing that's reared its ugly head in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in history multiple times, even in American history.
Oh yeah.
A few times. Like it's not an unbelievable thing that this could happen, and
The whole genocidal like purity of the race thing, and then them being weird to Teal'c.
Mm-hmm.
Like as not as like, oh, he's a Jaffa. No, it's literal racism in space.
Yeah, it's just actual racism.
It's the actual racism.
Yeah, it's
in
just
space,
actual racism.
which you don't see in sci-fi too much.
Yeah,
That's novel.
I mean, you do here and there. Like the original Star Trek had it with like the white and black people and the black and white people.
Oh, I mean, no, that's still space racism.
Facism.
That's still spaceism.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Uh,
I mean, so there's a little bit of plot left that I should mention. So at this point, the SGC or like the SG-1 more or less sabotages them. They say, "Oh yeah, we'll totally pilot these planes that'll help you take out the bombers," and instead they just escort the bombers to the base.
Yeah.
That one lady gets crushed spectacularly.
Yeah, because the whole
Yep.
thing comes crashing down at that point.
Yeah, they all basically like piece the hell out, and Odo shows up, like, "Take me with you. I'll teach you whatever you need to know." And then O'Neill just walks through the door and says, "Close the iris," and then you hear a thunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The funny thing is, in real life, they probably would have taken well, his name is actually Alar. Would have taken
Yeah.
Alar with them.
Oh no, like they actually, the U.S. military absolutely would have taken him. But
if Mayborn was in charge,
that's actually it.
he would have a place. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if
here's my
Mayborn was in charge, no one would have given a fuck about what they're using the heavy water for.
yeah. So here's my question: do you think that O'Neill lied to Hammond during the briefing?
I don't think he did.
What do you mean? Oh, just like
did
oh yeah,
he
no,
tell
I
the-
found out they're
Did
Nazis.
he tell the
and-
full story? Did he say, yeah, they have super advanced technology, but they were Nazis, so we killed them?
I mean, I think he would have probably been a bit more descriptive than that. He said like they were actually the people who started the war, and they were actively trying to genocide an entire race. So we decided that it wasn't worth it.
So, guys, maybe you can jog my memory, but I feel like this is the second time has happened. The crew went to a planet, they found advanced technology. Daniel starts raising objections, and O'Neill just keeps trying to push them aside. I feel like this has happened once before. I
Yeah,
just
but
can't
that time
remember
it was a ruse.
what was it?
Wasn't that the
It
one
was.
where like
Are you
that
thinking of the
where like
episode where the Tolan, whatever they were
Tolan?
called? Yeah, where
No.
they needed to catch somebody who was stealing stuff.
Oh no, not that one. Uh, yeah, I think I have the same sense that Tyler has, where they go somewhere. It's like, oh, we can get this stuff. Oh wait, no, we shouldn't get this stuff.
I
I'm
don't
drawing a
remember the
blank.
episode though. Yeah, somebody's listening to this like screaming and pulling all their hair out.
Someone listening to this?
Do what?
You
Is
guys
there
can
someone
hear me?
listening to this?
Are there people
I'm
listening?
being recorded?
I hope there are people listening to this podcast.
Hello.
Hello
I
there,
mean,
listener.
I
yeah.
felt the numbers. I thought the numbers said there were some listeners.
Tell me what the numbers
Unless
mean.
they're all bots. My name is not Mason. I'm
It's all
sorry.
AI. But yeah, honestly, I don't remember this. I legitimately don't remember this.
Looking through the episode list.
Like as far as people that they said maybe we could get. I mean, are you misremembering the one where they get the technology exchange from the people who brain suck their kids? Because they totally exchange with them. It's just they teach them the power of friendship and teaching through brain sucking that one kid who learned the
No.
power of friendship and teaching.
The episode I'm thinking of is they go to the planet. There's something shady going on. O'Neill is just ignoring it, and Daniel's raising all kinds of objections.
That's this episode.
Yeah, that's literally this episode.
Yeah. It's literally
You're just
this
describing
episode.
this episode.
You're saying
But
you're saying they
I feel like it's happened once
recycling
before.
this.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
saying,
it did. I think you're
Wait.
literally just remembering this episode twice.
Tyler, are
I
you
don't
thinking
know.
of a future episode by any chance?
maybe it's that. It could be.
All right, well let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah. How did you like Odo's performance, guys?
Oh wait,
It's good.
Tyler, I think I know which episode you might be thinking of, and that's season 5.
Okay. So it will happen again, just not yet.
Something like this will happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Rene Auberjonis knows how to act.
Yeah, he does a real good job. It's a shame he's playing a giant piece of shit.
The son of Space Hitler, because he wasn't the one who built the bunker. His dad built the bunker. That's how long they've been down there.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from him, like no one else on that planet really got very much screen time. That lady kind of got a little bit of it, but like I don't know. The only thing I remember from her is getting crushed.
I mean, there was a lot going on. They didn't have time to build multiple characters.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of the premise of this? Like just on its face.
Yeah, it's a good premise, right? You have a situation, then you have like a twist, then a conclusion, a moral rejection of the Nazis.
Yeah, which fair, you know.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. Then the Nazis get crushed and or swamped on a giant wall, and episode over.
Yeah, and the Iris's body count goes up by 4.
It sure
Yeah.
does.
I guess they do mention that in the beginning is that they kept trying to send people, which is I guess why they kind of felt bad about it.
Yeah, because there are 3 thunks in like the original dialing before they figured out what was going on.
Yeah. Which I guess this character was going to go through as a last resort. And they're like, no, absolutely, you don't do that. You will literally just die. How do you guys feel about like the way they revealed this? Actually,
Like they kind of
you think they were subtle about it?
Subtle enough because like Teal'c was catching weird looks from the beginning, and that's they had to make that like obvious with the camera a placement just so that we would know something's off.
Yeah.
and then just
I
like
think they
evading
did a good enough
questions.
job to like
Yeah.
show that they were weirded out by him, but not make it absolutely too obvious.
Yeah, they were good at like being polite about it.
Yeah,
These space
because it's
Nazis.
not like they were being hostile towards Teal'c. They just felt really uncomfortable around him, right?
Yeah,
Which, you know, giant spaceman with large golden thing on his head. It's bound to get a few glances, right?
which is why the team didn't think anything of it at first.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
there have
didn't
been a
quite
bunch of
notice it
times
right
where
away.
Teal'c gets glances from people,
Or put on trial.
if only because of his symbol on his forehead.
Just because of his Jaffa-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like him catching glances that would normally be there because he's a Jaffa, but actually no, it's because he's black.
Yeah.
That's a good twist on it. Just like the weird vibes from these space Nazis throughout before the team
Yeah.
finds out the space Nazis is pretty well done.
Yeah, there's also a lot of like little things here and there that just kind of make them seem less trustworthy as they go along. Like, I guess like
Like
the
the-
first one is when they have O'Neill pilot that ship that shoots down the drone, and then O'Neill looks to the left, and there's just a guy who's basically like, for all intents and purposes, brain dead.
Yeah, he's just fried. It's like
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like, oh, that's what happens if you use it too much. It's like, you didn't think of telling me that. It's like, you barely used it at all. You'll be fine.
yeah.
and then O'Neill just looks back over at the guy who's just extremely fried.
Yeah, just mouth agape, like leaning back entirely, eyes like completely wide, like, oh no.
Yeah.
This guy's just—he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And
What do
I
you
guess,
think-
what, did they just leave him there? Like, is he still piloting? Like, what's the implication here?
Yeah, like his brain only knows how to pilot.
Okay, so is this straight up like a video game's bad?
Maybe
All he knows is how to play Ace Combat.
it's the only thing he knows.
Nah.
Yeah.
See, that was closer to DCS.
Sure.
Yeah. What did you guys think about their like over eagerness to give like the SGC everything they wanted for like the
For the reactor
For-
fuel.
for the HO3? It kind of reminded me of like what happens like when you're getting scammed, is they're always trying to create like a certain sense of urgency and you have to act now, and you know,
I mean, in this case, the urgency wasn't fake. Like, they were about to die.
As we saw.
Like, they were
yeah.
straight up out of fuel, and they were going to die before everyone else before their plan succeeded. They were going to die.
mm-hmm.
That's why the guy was
So,
going to
like-
go through himself at the beginning.
Yeah. Like, their desperation is genuine. It's just the reason for their desperation is heinous,
Yeah.
just not immediately apparent. So I don't know. I feel like that was like totally fine. It made sense considering the situation that they were in. It just turns out maybe they deserve to be in the situation they were in. This is one of those things where I kind of feel like I wish I got to see the other side of this. Aside from that one brief Faces of Death moment you got when O'Neill shoots down the bomber and it crashes into his drone.
And those, I actually took a
So that was
still
that was
shot
gnarly,
of,
by the way.
yeah.
Just like the one frame of like a person's profile. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually managed to pause it on the exact frame. Those guys are completely chill. Like there's no like horror in their face or anything. They're just, look like they're out on a Sunday cruise.
Just some guys. It's like,
Yeah.
it'll be there for one frame. Who cares?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll drop it in the chat.
I mean, it happens so quickly that you kind of make that picture in your own mind type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just look surprised. It was like, what? What's that?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
it's like a single white guy and a single black guy.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good.
I didn't even
Where-
notice that it was two people.
I like how they got outfits for them for the single frame.
Yeah.
I bet those are repurposed costumes from something else.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
It's possible.
Those are two guys who like work on the show.
no, but I mean, like
Like-
repurposed from some other
like the
show or
Gaffer
from some other
or something.
episode.
Yeah, they're repurposed from Lex or something. I don't know.
Oh
Sure.
jeez. Don't. bring that
I
up.
know.
All right.
Yeah,
So, anything else on this episode before we move on
overall,
to?
I like this episode. I just think it's a shame they made me think Odo was a racist.
I mean, Odo is a cop in space.
I always thought of him as more of a detective.
He's the constable of the
It
station.
makes me feel better if he's a detective.
He's the cop on the station.
He's the cop who also does entrapment. I know, but I like Odo. God damn it.
He does so much entrapment because he can shapeshift.
Yes.
You like him so much you don't even get his name right.
There was that one episode that like he ended up going into the weird bucket with what's her face. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was some good dialogue here between Jack and Tilk. Jack asking Tilk, "What's your impression of Alar?" Tilk's like, "That he's concealing something." Like what? I am unsure. He's concealing it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great writing.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Also, apparently now Zats can open doors. Is another
That's
thing.
have always been able to open doors.
Yeah, they've always been using it for that.
Have they? Have they?
Yeah,
I think this is the first time I've
Like-
seen a Zat open a door.
like padlocks.
They've zatted a truck to open it.
It is out of truck.
They've zatted. The Zat is basically Batman's utility belt. It does whatever you need it to do.
It's an omni tool that kills you.
Yes. It's kind of hardcore if you think about it.
Speaking of which, let's move on. Unless there's any objections.
No,
I'm
good
good.
with that.
Twice sold. We're now on to season 4, episode the 3rd. Upgrades.
Yeah.
Anyone? Okay.
All
no.
right. Okay, never mind. You'll take it.
Oh, do you want it?
Take it.
Yeah, because I don't want Crossroads. Okay. So, a Tok'ra by the name of Anise shows up, and she has found these special armbands created by an ancient race that supposedly, when you wear them, it will enhance your natural abilities. Unfortunately, if someone who has a gold worm or Tok'ra worm or whatever you want to say in their head puts it on, it does nothing. Same for someone who is an incubator. So Tilk can't wear it either. But Daniel Jackson, Samantha Carter, and Jack O'Neill can wear them because they're just regular humans. It is pointed out that Carter had a gold in her brain for a little bit, but they said that shouldn't matter. So they put these on. And at first they don't seem to do anything, but over time they do actually make people faster. Basically, they raise everyone's stats to 18 for you D&D nerds out there. They make everyone super fast, super smart, super strong. They're able to like pick up a book and thumb through the entire thing in like 30 seconds and read and memorize all of it. At one point, Carter writes like 1,000-page book so fast that the computer has to catch up, which is kind of funny to see. I have actually typed stuff on computers that are slow enough that you can type and then wait and then watch it fill in, but that's beside the point. Anyway, they're all wondering like what's going on with them. At the same time, they start getting a fever and their dietary needs significantly increase, especially for protein. Throughout the entire episode, everyone's eating. I don't know if it's explicitly said to be protein bars, but I just assumed they were, or granola bars or something. You can see all three characters just constantly eating something. At some point, they decide to go to. By the way, this entire time, they're also becoming a little bit more erratic. Like they're in control to a degree, but like they're sort of like pushed to make rash actions. At some point, they all wind up going to a bar or a steakhouse and
They
ordering
skip out
like
confinement to go to the steakhouse.
yeah, they leave confinement and they do like when they leave, they do like a sort of Smallville-esque dash where they kind of just like there's a blur and a whooshing sound that symbolizes them moving really fast through an area. And they all order like 3 of the largest steaks the steakhouse has each. And then they get into a bar fight, which the show does not show. They get back and they're chewed out. But at the same time, Anise says that, hey, there's Apophis is making a new type of battleship on this one planet. This would be a great opportunity to test your new powers. Hammond calls her out and says that was the plan all along. And against orders, they all leave to go take out this ship. And they mostly succeed, but on the way out, their armbands fall off. Because the way the armbands work is they inject a virus into your body. And this virus just makes you a lot stronger. But eventually, your body's immune system catches onto this virus, produces the antibodies, and then cures you, quote unquote, of this virus. And when you're cured, the armbands drop off. So while they're leaving with a countdown timer on some explosives in the core of this battleship, their armbands fall off and Tilk shows up to save them all and get them out of the spaceship just in time. And then Anise goes home.
Yep. And none of them get court-martialed.
Oh yeah, they're told explicitly, we're not court-martialing you because you were under the influence of alien technology.
Yeah, like when they fall back through the gate at the end, and Hammond's there. O'Neill's like, "Hey, I was retired. You pulled me out of retirement. Remember that."
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to get court-martialed immediately.
Yes, I think his exact words were, "Before you court-martial us, remember, I was retired." I think this episode's alright. It's got quite a few good bits in it.
I like this one.
Yeah,
I
think it's good.
Like half a shenanigan episode.
Yeah, so this is not really a complaint, but the main knock I would have against this episode is that it jumps back and forth between being a fun shenanigans episode and something more serious. It doesn't really want to completely adhere to either one of those, and then by the end it just skips out on being either one of those and becomes an action episode.
Yeah.
So it's the full Stargate experience in one episode.
Sure, but like I think I would have liked this episode more if it would have picked one of those 3 to be. But as it stands, I don't have any complaints other than that. I think it's a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I think it does a good job straddling the line. Like at the start, they're all very hesitant to even try this thing. Honestly, the Tok'ra seem very suspicious. Specifically, what's her face? Like seems kind of combative.
Oh, like Frasier's like, "What the hell is this? What are you doing to my people?"
Yeah, and then there's that whole like conflict. Like, well, I think this is eventually going to lead to organ failure. You need to take this stuff off, and it actually doesn't come off. Which,
it refuses to come off.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of good bits here and there, like with the boxing match between Teal'c and O'Neill in the beginning, where suddenly out of nowhere O'Neill just starts dodging things like he's in the 70s Flash show or the 90s Flash show.
Right. Whenever they show the sparring between O'Neill and Teal'c, nothing good ever happens.
Normally, it's Jack getting knocked on his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time O'Neill accidentally TKOs Teal'c.
Oh, poor Siler this episode.
Oh, yeah, that bit. He's like, "Hey, Siler!" Ah!
Yeah, just like say hi, Siler, patting him on the shoulder, and it knocks Siler over the railing.
Over a railing. Yeah. Which is like, that's the point where they get confined, I guess, to quarters.
Yeah, that's when they're confined. Which, yeah.
Which, like, going through this, they make a bunch of like little bits here and there, like O'Neill going to punch the punching bag and just putting his arm straight through it. O'Neill like doing a kick in Hammond's office and more or less breaking some of the concrete wall.
Oh yeah, no, that was like he's trying to convince Hammond to let them go out and do damage to the Gould while they're
Yeah.
while they have their superpowers.
While they're high
He's-
on the supply.
While they're out of supply, and then he's like, we're super strong now, and like he kicks like the wall and a chunk comes off.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry.
He's like, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah,
And
it wasn't
I
this.
don't
Like, Hammond almost seemed like he was about to burst into laughter in that scene by the end of it.
Yeah, well, because the line is real good. It's like, Jack, just get the hell out of my office.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just fed up with your bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. And then just to go from that to immediately Siler getting like thrown over the railing is very funny. Just the scream he makes. I mean, it's supposed to be serious, but it just sounds so funny.
It's a good stock scream they used. It's
I'm
not
surprised they
quite
didn't
Wilhelm,
use the Wilhelm scream there.
they should have.
Yeah. Generally, like with sci-fi, those guys always try to find a way to incorporate that scream.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity.
It definitely is, but I think they do a lot good with this episode. They do a lot good with the bits of the super gauntlets. I don't even know what they're called. It doesn't really matter. We don't really ever see them again, right?
No, because they got blown up with that spaceship.
Yeah, which fair.
Yeah, that whole time I was wondering. I was asking myself a question I later realized was pretty stupid. I was thinking, if they leave these gauntlets with the gold, surely we'll see them again, without realizing that the whole thing's just going to blow up, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. At one point, Carter does try to pick up hers, but I think O'Neill yells, "Leave it! It doesn't matter. We need to get out of here."
Yeah.
Which I don't think it really would have
take
slowed her
it.
down
Then I
too
was like,
much.
no, it wouldn't have. I do have to wonder, since this is all caused by a virus,
Mhm.
what if they just took a bunch of immunosuppressants? Like,
I have a feeling that would cause other adverse effects.
They probably would have
sure.
tried that if the gauntlets hadn't been blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
if let's just say if Mayborn had gotten these gauntlets in a season prior to this, they probably would have tried that. And
Oh,
then immediately
definitely.
when landing on another planet, they would catch space
Catch
flu
cold.
and die.
Like War of the Worlds.
Yeah. It's like, we're super strong, shoo, and then fall over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Tok'ra are incredibly shitty allies, right? I mean, this was a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, this was
Sure seems like it.
thing.
Oh no, like the Tok'ra show up twice in this series of episodes, and both times they're just fucking bastards.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
finished
which is
other
quite
plan.
the change, honestly, from the last few times we've seen them.
Yeah.
Like, sure, there was that one guy who was ready to like explode them all, but like you could at least understand that.
Basically, Sam's dad is the only good Tok'ra. I guess Martouf as well.
Yeah, I mean they paint Martouf in a good light whenever he's around. Or at least I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's not. Neither of them are here for these two episodes, and we've got fucking Anise instead, who I dislike strongly.
Yeah.
Like she's not interesting or relevant or charismatic enough for me to summon up like true hatred for her, or disgusting enough for that. But like,
Yeah.
I really, really don't like her. She
Yeah,
sucks.
she just kind of seems like arrogant and annoying. Like,
Yes. Like,
and I
the
think
worst
like
things
her,
the Tok'ra
like the
can
Tok'ra
be.
talking for the majority of the time, I think adds to that.
Yeah.
Which I think if that's what they're trying to go for, then I guess mission's successful. I don't know. It just feels
think-
like a change from what we've seen of the Tok'ra so far.
Yeah, the Tok'ra thus far have been like, they're very proud, and that sometimes shows through that they're still very much, they still have shades of being gold, but like they've been desperate in the past in a way that says, okay, we need your help and we're gonna help you back. But this is like, no, they don't even seem to really need our help much
Yeah, this seems
now.
like subterfuge, which I believe what's her face does say, like that she wasn't told about this, so that she wasn't like they're kind of leaving it open to say like no, like this is just a coincidence. But with the way it plays out, I feel like I don't buy it.
There's no way this is a coincidence.
Yeah,
I mean, they even say like they've already tried to sabotage this battleship and failed, and this was their last resort.
but that's why I guess it feels out of character because it almost feels like they would have they said we think this gauntlet will help you do it, but it doesn't work on us. Would you be willing to try it? Like if they were upfront with this, then I think like Hammond would have been like, okay, sure. Once they get a somewhat decent enough handle on it, we'll send them to try and do it.
I, I I don't think so, because this is very much a suicide run, right? I mean, you're sending people through a heavily guarded gate. There's no way Hammond would have ever agreed to this.
I guess, but like it
And
works out because they're moving at super speed and they're able to like they're more or less all turned into the Flash at this point.
yeah, but really, let's be honest, they didn't tell them about the battleship up front because they didn't want to give them a choice. It'd be basically they got them addicted to space PEDs and then pointed them in the right direction.
I
I
guess.
They didn't want to give
I
the
feel like they didn't even need to do that. I feel like if they wanted SG-1 to blow up an Apophis battleship, all they had to do was show up and say, "Hey, we know where Apophis's battleship is," and like the U.S. military would have been like itching to just go do it.
Would have found
they
a
didn't
blow it
they
up.
didn't want to give the SGC an opportunity to debate the subject. They didn't want to give them a chance to say no.
Yeah, and say what you will about like if you really think about it, like what was that? It was basically a construction site and an area with an entrance with a bunch of guards trained with guns on it.
Mm-hmm.
What's to stop you basically just putting a nuke on the other side?
Nothing really.
Straight up, like push a nuke on the other side. Here you go, enjoy.
I thought that wasn't going to work because I thought there was something about, the ship was far enough advanced where, it had its shielding up.
I mean, sure, but it would kill all those dudes in front of it.
Yeah.
In which case, it would create an opening, right?
But then it'd be walking into a nuclear ground zero.
I guess. All I'm saying is that there's options that they don't seem to understand. Like it. I mean, and I guess it's just so like they're painting this episode in a corner so that this is the thing that happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
do
also,
think
also just the Tok'ra think in terms of infiltrator tactics,
yeah.
not DACA. So
Are you saying they
Basically,
need
yeah.
someone stupider than them to figure it
Yeah.
out?
yes.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So speaking of stupid, one of my favorite moments of this episode is when Daniel and Carter and O'Neill first come through the gate, and they just kind of dash around punching dudes, and dudes just ragdoll all over the place. It's very funny.
Oh
It's
yeah.
pretty good. And then
Also,
when
like
they're
that part
running
at the
back
end.
through with Teal, when the guy starts to wake up and Teal just zats him.
Yeah, that one guy's like, oh, and then just immediately. So
Yeah.
that thing like super exploded, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that thing 100% went kaboom.
Like all of those people on the ground around in the surrounding area were basically dead.
Yes, they are very dead.
Extremely dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to
Cadaverific.
turn around and go back to that Stargate, you would just find a crater.
Okay.
So I think we're all skipping over the most important part of this episode.
Are we?
That bar scene.
Ah.
What with the random guys like
It
what
it
are
would
you
have been
saying,
more
nerd?
important. It would have been more important if they'd showed it. But like Daniel Jackson was itching to beat up some dudes. There were some latent memories popping up from
I
being shoved
guess.
into a locker 20 years beforehand. And he was like,
it's like so weird because I can't imagine anyone in a bar, especially a dude who's actually, I think, a little bit shorter than Michael Shanks, turning to Michael Shanks and saying, "Oh, whatever, Poindexter, what are you going to do about it?" Like that makes no fucking
Michael's at this point in time, like maybe you could make the excuse that like this Daniel Jackson as a kid was a total dweeb. He doesn't look like a dweeb at this point.
So one of the
Yeah.
fun things about Michael Shanks's evolution in the first few seasons, as he gets away from like the original concept of the character, is not only does he cut his hair, is he like, no, I'm cutting my hair now. I don't want this hairstyle anymore. It also seems like at some point he's like, hey, by the way, I'm going to go to the gym because I want to go to the gym. I'm just going to be this way now.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
me
get buff
now.
now. And yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
he's obviously not as big as Teal'c or even Richard Dean Anderson, but he's not like a small dude anymore.
no, he's like standing up straight. He's wearing like short sleeve shirts. Like he definitely has definition there. He's not a scrawny nerd.
He's not gonna go over that easily.
What
Like,
did you guys think about them each ordering like 4 steaks apiece?
That's
It
just
was
a,
3
that's bad.
apiece.
It
They
was
ordered
a
3
good bit.
apiece, but yeah, that was a good gag.
Yeah.
I do like the bit where Carter's like, "And a Diet Coke," and they look at her. She's like, "I like the taste better."
Imagine being that
Very funny.
waitress.
I mean, the tip on that.
I mean, listen, the tip on that's going to be pretty good. We have seen their apartments. These are all very well paid individuals.
That's a very nice house O'Neill has.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But-
Also, so this restaurant, the outside and the inside don't really match, and like a steakhouse wouldn't have like a bar pool, like a rough and tumble bar pool area.
Yeah, like
In
I don't know
it.
about you guys, but when I go to like
I-
High Steakhouse or Barbarian Steakhouse, yeah, there's
That's why I said
not a bunch of people smoking cigarettes and playing pool and looking for a fight.
bar at first, because like I remember them being around a pool table and shooting pool and drinking beer, but like I don't. But then I was like, oh wait, they ordered steak. Is it possible they ordered steak and then went somewhere else?
I think you see the pool tables in the background when they're ordering steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like it shows the sign when they start the scene, and then it shows the sign when they end the scene, and you hear all of the cartoon fighting going on in the background.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if they are as strong as they're supposed to be, shouldn't all the dudes they got into a fight with be dead?
Probably.
O'Neill said that they're holding back in
Yeah.
order to not kill them.
Sure. Like he
Not
was holding back when he
necessarily.
tapped that guy on the shoulder.
Or when
Yeah.
he kicked Hammond's wall, or when he almost killed Tyler.
That's what I mean. I tapped him on the shoulder and he fell over the edge of the railing.
Yeah, it's all very good.
Did you guys get the impression that Teal'c was really annoyed with everyone this episode?
Oh
Yes.
Oh yeah, because at the end when they're all apologizing, Teal'c's like, "I have nothing to apologize for." And
I have no
walks
need
off.
to apologize.
Yeah. Also, the after when, or no, this isn't after. Like early on, when he's in the infirmary after getting knocked out by O'Neill, O'Neill says, "Sorry, Teal'c." He's like, "You are not sorry."
He's like, yeah, you're right about that.
Mm-hmm.
He kind
Which
of
is a good
lost his
bit.
role on the team for an episode.
Yeah.
He went.
Honestly, he was
went-
a little bit snarky too, because when they left, they were like, "We don't like, not, you're not on this one, Teal'c." And then when he comes to save them, he's more or less like, "I guess you need to be after all."
I mean, I would be too. Like, I understand where Till's coming from. They got the super
Yeah.
special bracelets and he didn't. Suddenly, he's not the biggest, strongest, fastest man on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Though, so probably the best line of the episode, I think, is after the bar fight scene when it's Hammond and Fraser in Hammond's office. Hammond says something along the lines of, "Those devices were supposed to enhance their physical abilities, not make them stupid," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Just the delivery on that was great.
Oh yeah.
Just
I feel like-
completely flummoxed.
I feel like Davis was having a good time this episode.
I mean, he was given more to do than usual.
That's true.
Oh, so I've always wondered what's up with O'Neill's beanie, like with the Norway flag on it.
Yeah, we got a lot of that this episode.
Maybe he just
Yeah, was
likes
that just this episode, or
Norway.
does that show up again?
I think it shows up again. That's just his beanie.
Yeah, I did notice that, but I didn't write anything down.
Like, what was that a thing from somewhere at the time?
He was
Maybe
wearing
Norway.
a beanie in a much earlier episode.
Why
I
Norway?
forget.
Does he wear
I
it
didn't
when
notice.
he's like in workout garb?
Yeah, like isn't his workout outfit?
Maybe he just thinks the Norway flag is pretty cool.
Or like it's merch from
Awesome.
something. I don't know.
What did you think of the choice of phrase that was on the armbands?
Wait, there was a phrase on the armbands?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Uncle Ben quote.
Oh yeah,
that
I
shit.
noticed that, and I was like, I made a snarky comment about this. But yeah, like having I'm glad the ancient aliens got to talk to Uncle Ben as well, or something like that. I don't know. It's real dumb. I understand that in like 2000 when this came out, like this was pre the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, so maybe
This
pop
was the
culture
same
wasn't as aware of
year
the
before.
phrase.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still like there were still like enough people aware of this phrase, and there's enough overlap between this show and people who would be aware of this phrase for that to be a bad choice.
It's very corny.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works. I think it's even funnier that later on they go on to do like the dumbest shit possible.
Yeah, they just are completely irresponsible for the entire episode.
So I guess that actually is good advice to give someone wearing the armband.
Yeah, just write it like we read Spider-Man. It seems like a good lesson to learn. Otherwise, you might sell your marriage to the Satan or something. I don't know. Maybe a bad idea. Don't do that.
Let's see here.
Paul just shows up. No one likes that. No one likes Paul.
Last note I have: Freya's dress looks uncomfortable.
It also looks like it's barely holding together. It looks like it's made together of scraps of leather they happen to find on set.
Yeah, they give her some odd outfits in her appearances. Spoiler. For reasons.
They wanted their hot female character, except like she's not that hot.
Yeah, she's not.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's like she's like a bombshell or anything.
Yeah, no, she's. I mean, she's good looking, but not like amazing. Listen, all right, look, I'm going into terrible territory here.
Let's go with this. Even if like you could cast the most attractive woman in the world for this role, and you put her in that dress, and I'm still gonna go, what the fuck is that dress?
Yeah,
because it's supposed to be like a leather base dress.
Yeah, but like it literally looks like
it looks ill-fitting.
Yeah, it doesn't fit right. It doesn't make any sense that she'd be wearing that either. Like the Tok'ra seem to all have that weird onesie, the white onesie, which seems to work for them.
But she's the one with fashion, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
Like and also, way back when we first met the Tok'ra, we got to see what like women's garb looked like. This looked nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's
continuity.
It's odd.
Yeah.
What can we say about that? But yeah, anyway. Oh, because like when she first comes out the Stargate, there's a thing with Daniel and O'Neill. During the introductions they're all making, where I guess the two of them are supposed to be like awestruck or something. By her.
I do vaguely remember that, but it honestly, like, it's the least memorable part about this episode. Like her showing up saying, "Oh, my name means this." I think Daniel says his name means something about kneeling to,
the justice of God or something. And Jack's like, "Oh, my name means." Then he sighs, goes, "What's in the box?"
Yeah.
like that little like kind of like attempting to like one up each other thing. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
okay,
as
so
it turns out,
this was written into the script that
It means
that's what
God
they
is
intended.
it means God is my judge. Apparently, that's what the
That's
name
fine.
actually means.
sure.
Yeah, makes
Which
sense.
it sounds like something Daniel Jackson as a character would know, but also like meh.
Also, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I
But
guess what
yeah,
I'm saying is I have no interest in this character whatsoever so far. Like she hasn't made a good first impression.
yeah. Oh, last thing to note that everyone should note for the test. This will be on the test.
Mhm.
The scene when the armbands fall off and O'Neill and Carter are like separated by that force field because the security system went off on the ship, and the timer's ticking down. And O'Neill is like refusing to try to leave, and he's trying to like bash open like the control panel for the for the force field. And there's like a moment between them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
As subordinates aren't supposed to date their
Listen, I vaguely remember things.
leaders.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Hey, when you both
Also, you know
have
what?
a life-threatening situation in an ice cave, you know, weird stuff happens.
That was like forever ago.
Yeah,
That was season 1.
but it
Yeah.
happens to people that get stuck on desert islands or islands in general.
I mean, sure.
But no, so like I said in the last recording, one plank at a time.
Yeah. They seem to I know where this goes, but whatever.
But
One thing
anyway,
I will
yeah.
say is like it doesn't I don't understand what makes all those things shut down. It just kind of seemed like the place just had like a large shake happen and then suddenly all the force fields were down. They didn't do a good job explaining what actually happened there.
Like the generator got oopsied,
Like would someone trip over a power cord somewhere?
or like the explosion knocked out the power generator or something.
I guess, but you would think that the explosion would have like immediately incinerated them, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, no, like the first explosion because there's two explosions. There's the one with the C4 and the one with like the power core.
So what like or I guess you could I guess I could believe that they caused the one explosion in that room and then the fire eventually reaches something that causes the bigger oopsie we're all gonna die explosion.
Oh,
Like,
what?
I guess I could buy that.
So their plan to destroy this Death Star was to blow the cooling system for the generator. I guess the power core, and the power core would overheat and go nuclear or something.
Okay, so they actually did explain this then.
Yeah, they did explain it. That's why there was the 5-minute timer and then the 10-minute timer. So there are two
Okay.
time limits here. So when the 5 minutes was up, that's when the C4 went off and then the force fields went down. And then
The
they had
10
to
minutes was
run
the cooling.
for 10 minutes when the whole mountain exploded.
Okay.
It was a bit overcomplicated for what they're doing.
You know, I'm actually now just remembering a line in a previous episode that I forgot to bring up. I think it was something along the lines of where O'Neill tells Carter, like, didn't I order you to get a life?
Oh
But I
yeah,
honestly can't remember which episode it was.
it was
That was one of
these.
these episodes.
Nemesis. It was Nemesis,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Or no,
Well,
Small
I know it's the
Victories.
next one. It's probably fine.
Yeah, Small Victories. He said that.
Oh okay, yeah.
Overall, good
Do we
episode.
want to move on to the one I'm pretty sure is the one Adam hates?
I will say the park where they set the Stargate this time is a nice looking park.
Oh yeah, Vancouver's beautiful this time of year.
Hey, so that's all my notes.
Mhm.
All right, so if we're done, everyone like this one? It's a good episode. It's a good episode.
Good
I liked
episode.
Good
These
episode.
first 3 episodes are all good.
Okay, well, so now we get to move on to season the 4th, episode the 4th, Crossroads.
Wait, sorry, did you just call it Crossroads? I thought this was the character assassination of Teal episode.
I don't like the term character assassination because it's their character to do with as they please, but pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have any long-lasting consequences, so I guess it's fine. It's just like what?
Oh, this
Well-
episode has no long-lasting consequences.
It
No,
has
we
one.
will see that one guy again.
Okay.
Yeah, it has one consequence, but it's kind of just like Who wants to summarize this one? Tyler, would you like to summarize this one?
Well, I think I'm the only one that hasn't done one, so
So you're forced to.
yeah, it's a team effort, guys. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
So our episode opens with the SGC receiving a dial from Braytac. However, the person that steps through the gate is not Braytac, but rather a former temple priestess known as Sonak, and she has arrived at the SGC with the intention of them putting her in contact with the Tok'ra. And the reason why she wants to meet with the Tok'ra is because her gold is now fully matured, and she has convinced it that the gold are in fact bad, the Tok'ra are good, and that it should join the Tok'ra. Also, because she is a Jaffa, now needs a new larval symbiote in order to sustain her immune system. There's a part of the episode where the SGC is going back and forth with her. They have some reservations about her and putting her in contact with the Tok'ra. There's a couple of intimate scenes between her and Teal'c where they relive the past. They talk about what's happened in the past.
Oh,
And
word. Hang on. What? Are
yeah,
you saying
yeah.
that Teal'c has a weird romantic moment with someone who isn't his wife in this episode? Almost as if the writers had
So-
forgotten that Teal'c is married?
They're not
Exactly.
quite clear on whether this when this happened. It very well could have happened before Tilk met or married his wife.
Yeah.
Again,
but we
the-
definitely
that-
know.
Does
The
that matter?
interpretation is that she was like
Yes.
a childhood sweetheart, and then she went off to the temple until it went off to get married.
Yeah.
There was definitely chemistry between the two of them.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at there for right now.
Sure.
But eventually, Sonak starts getting worse and worse. The gold kind of keeps trying to bust out of her stomach. Eventually, they take her to the Tok'ra planet. There we run into is it Eind? Oh no, Anise.
Anise.
Yep. So the Gould end up taking a new host, and she receives a new, very young Gould larva. So SGC goes back to the planet Earth because, again, the Tok'ra are stiff arming them on the information that this new Gold has. Come to find out, this Gould named Tanith actually was not convinced that the Gould are bad. So he ends up killing the new larva that Sonak has. She ends up dying. The Tok'ra take the corpse back to the SGC. Teal'c gets really, really mad. They end up going back to the Tok'ra planet, and he goes like all manhunter. He starts like clotheslining every Tok'ra that's within arm's reach.
He does some of the best football tackling, knocking dudes out of the fucking way bullshit
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
It's also
Yeah,
like
so actually,
get out of my way.
before we move
I'm gonna
on, I
kill
want to
him
talk about
after.
this scene a little bit because just like there's that whole scene where they're like talking, and he's like, "I'm going to like." He's more or less saying like, "Yeah, you're going to take revenge." Like, well, we can't let you do that. And then there's a moment of silence, and he just turns and starts running.
But
Yeah.
the way he knocks over so many dudes in
Yeah.
spectacular ways. He doesn't just push them over. He picks up a dude and flips him over. He picks up several guys and just throws them
clothesline guy.
aside.
He essentially would
Clotheslines
have
some
been
dudes.
he would have been the running back
He-
all-star if he was like.
I mean, Christopher
Yeah.
Judge is a big dude.
He-
Didn't he try to be a football guy? I think he was trying to be a football.
Maybe he did football in high school.
It
He was
wouldn't
trying to be a
surprise me.
football.
Yeah, trying to be a football player.
Yeah, he went full Terry Tate office linebacker on the Tok'ra.
Yeah.
And then and it takes like 8 dudes to dogpile him.
Yeah.
This Wikipedia page said that he attended University of Oregon on a football scholarship and was a
Oh.
Pacific 10 conference player. I don't know what
Okay,
that
makes
means.
sense.
Hey,
Means
But
he's a big dude, big man.
Yeah.
Push.
Yeah.
Donut.
But
But
push.
yeah.
anyway, so after they finally tackled Teal'c and kind of calm him down a little bit, the Tok'ra admit that they knew this Tanith was shady all along, and they just went along with this ploy so they could kind of manipulate him and feed him false information. And Teal'c eventually, I guess,
They have
maybe
like a
he
weird
doesn't.
confrontation.
Yes,
where it's
at
kind of
the
like, yeah.
end, it's very tense, and you can tell they don't believe what the other is saying. They're just kind of playing their parts.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell if this what is his name, Tanith?
Tanith.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if Tanith understands that he's already more or less found out or not. But like Christopher Judge is like, his jawline is like vibrating when he's looking at this man. It's like
I feel like his jawline is vibrating a lot.
That's true. Yeah.
he's very angry for most of this episode.
Yeah. So I guess they set this guy up as a potential future villain, which, we don't need to talk about that yet. But like, I guess the elephant in the room is like, what the fuck? Like, what's the deal with this? Like,
It's real dumb.
Teal'c suddenly has feelings for this lady and is going to quit the SGC and join her in like it's a
And
huge
see, all of that makes sense to me. Like that doesn't bother me too much. Like we don't know for sure if Teal'c was like cheating on his wife with this woman. I don't think that's the implication. I think the implication was that
she's
he
an old
knew
flame.
her. Yeah, he knew her beforehand.
I know, but it's I feel like it's heavily implied when it doesn't need to be. Like, even if you're going that route, she kisses him, and then it like cuts to the next day where he's like basically got the biggest shit-eating grin you've ever seen in your fucking life.
Yeah, like, but at the same time, like, Teal'c has been under the impression for a long time that most of what he knew and most of what he's fighting for is really distant. And suddenly, here comes this woman who he once had strong feelings for, and apparently has rekindled those pretty quickly. And she is a link back to everything he knows that he really cares about. So, like, his whole demeanor here, I don't think that's the problem here.
He did just visit his family, like, during the events of Nemesis.
Sure, but like my understanding is that he and his wife are
here.
not a thing anymore.
I don't think that's the case at all.
It's like, okay, yes, his wife is I technically divorced him, but they're like a situationship, and they still have the kid. Like,
yeah,
it's really weird.
You could make a whole space soap
the
opera
last time
this.
his wife was on screen, he was straight up making out with her. Like,
I don't remember. It's been so long.
That was the
last episode.
But I don't know. Listen, people are weird and complicated, and I could understand this being a thing for him.
I guess it just feels so absolutely unnecessary. Like, you don't need to have a romantic subplot to this. You could just make her you could make her a sister. You could make her a family member.
I do agree that she could be a sister, or like if they made sure that certain scenes go a different way, they can make her his sister or like a really good friend or something. But all of that, I think we should sweep all of that under the rug to complain about how fucking thick all the characters are in this episode. Like,
oh yeah,
nobody should be trusting this Gould who has delivered some cryptic images to this woman.
Well, it seems like no one but that woman actually trusted her in the end.
Yeah, so that's the thing though. Like, yeah, at the start, no one trusted him. They were like, "Yeah, I don't like." No one was saying they were buying this.
At the same time, why didn't we've already seen? Hold on, real quick. We have seen the Tolan forcibly remove a Gould at least once, and we've seen the
I mean,
Toker
the
put
Toker-
that gold
The
into
Toker also do
stasis.
it.
Yeah, we've seen that gold put into stasis, and the host survived with what's his name?
Skara.
Skara. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
seen it happen once already.
So
Why
so
can't
I-
we
I
just
mean,
get?
this is a little different because she is more or less like she doesn't have an immune system, and at the same time, like she believes that she has changed this Ghoul's mind. Like that's the crux of this episode. Like her saying like there's some weird stuff in the between where she's in the med bay and she's like kind of like almost treating it like a child, and Teal'c seems like disgusted at that. I think all that stuff's really good. Like that stuff's fine. Where this episode falls apart for me is like straight up just like that completely unnecessary romantic subplot that doesn't feel like it doesn't feel in character with what we've seen of Teal'c so far, like at all.
Sure, I don't know. That part works okay for me. It is messy, but like relationships can be messy, and Teal'c's is especially messy, so that doesn't bother me too much.
I don't know.
It's
It
really
bothers me quite a bit.
I feel like they've let a particularly evil character out in a way where they didn't need to if they'd spend 10 seconds thinking about it. But also, I guess that's just how fiction goes.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I guess like
because the Tok'ra never trusted us to begin with. They're like, yeah, no, this Jaffa lady's stupid, but we can use this to our advantage.
Yeah, like they could
no, I think they do make a point of saying that they didn't suspect they were willing to trust that there was a chance of this until she died, and then they realized, oh no, we just need to start feeding this guy false information.
Or it's like the Tok'ra were prepared either way. You know, if
Yeah.
it worked, that's great. If it didn't work, they had a plan.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
and the guy couldn't maintain kayfabe long enough to do anything to like do his own plans.
Mm-hmm. Which do we want to talk about? Like, so the way that she convinces Teal'c here is to basically say, like, well, you need to go through like what was it, the Kelna Ream or whatever it's called?
Like really deep kill no ream to make your heart stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your heart stop, and then you can communicate with your Gould, and your Gould will show you something. And so what Teal'c's Gould larva shows him is his father getting killed.
Yeah.
More or less shows him a Faces of Death video.
Turns out Junior's an asshole, it turns out.
Yeah, Junior's a straight up like asshole, right? Like he's
Junior's
like, no,
evil.
fuck you, Teal'c. Here's your dad dying in HD, in glorious HD. How do you like that? But yeah, I guess this convinces Teal'c that the communication is possible. Her whole character is cruxed on the idea that she believes that she was able to convince this Gould to be, you know, not a murderous piece of shit. I mean, clearly that didn't work. But I guess that's why everyone was so hopeful, because it was more or less like, well, what if the way that our people move forward is that we teach these Gould or to not be complete assholes through the power of, I don't know, whatever this lady did.
Of meditating good vibes.
It's through
Yeah,
the
just having
power of
good vibes.
friendship. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I guess. Which, like,
Yes.
if that's what actually happened, I would have some reservations, but like, it's clearly not what happened. I don't know. I feel like this episode is basically like a weird, misguided thing where they try to set up some sort of other nemesis for Teal'c, which he doesn't need. He already has a nemesis.
Mhm.
I mean,
He has
this
several,
trans
actually.
guy, like, I don't remember too much, but he might just come back like once.
Or
Oh, like, I mean, if you
Cronus.
want me to ruin it, he comes back exactly one time and dies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, well, like whatever, man. But like that's, I don't know. Am I alone in thinking like this episode just feels like the writers didn't know what was going on?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
for this particular
this
episode?
is hella lame, in my estimation. And
Yeah.
in both my memory and my rewatch, this is a lame episode.
Yeah, like the premise is like if I read the premise on paper, I'd be like, okay. But then when you see it in execution, you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you don't need to do any of this shit.
So the only way this episode works is if the person watching it has not seen the episode where they're on Chulak and you meet Teal'c's wife and son.
Either
Right?
of his
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, either of those episodes. Like if you just turn this on, you watch it for the first time, you have none of that information.
Yeah, like it legitimately just feels like the writer didn't realize Teal'c had a family. Like they just straight up didn't know.
Yeah.
And like none of the writers like protested enough.
So
And none of the
the writer would have known. I guess they're working on something that they just closed the loop on that. Yeah, no, don't. We'll talk about that off air.
Okay.
But this is, yeah, the writer knew. I don't know what the writer was going for here. But yeah, so Teal'c rekindles with an old flame who has this plot she's a part of. Like half my notes are just going bruh. I'm just watching this going bruh, what the fuck.
Yeah. So.
But like
All
the
right.
actual like plot of, oh hey, can we tame these Goulds? Answer is no, you cannot. You know, that is a plot to have in this series. That's a valid plot.
You know what? I looked up who wrote this episode, and I just think this writer hates Teal'c. I just think this writer hates Teal'c. There's no other explanation.
I mean, the explanation is this writer just likes a bunch of romance bullshit.
We'll talk about that off air. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to edit out a whole another.
You don't want to have to go through this again. But god damn it, why do you keep doing this to me?
Yeah. I guess for me, another takeaway from this episode is even though the Tok'ra, aren't as evil as the Gold, they still think like the Gold. Like they're just every bit as manipulative.
In this episode, yeah. Like in these two episodes, Anise, this particular character is. In the past, I don't feel like they have been. They have been kind of manipulative, but like not as fucking dangerously manipulative.
Yeah.
Like this episode, like honestly, this batch of episodes in this season feel like they're setting up the Tok'ra for like a hard fall. And I don't remember if that happens or not. If I'm being perfectly honest.
It doesn't. They're just being assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, even like when after the transfer happens and Tanith is in his new body, Jack wants to get into, hey, okay, we did this thing for you now. Now, how about you give us some juicy secrets? And Anais is like, we'll share with you what we deem appropriate.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's her trying to maintain kayfabe.
Anise kind of knew the whole thing from the beginning, which just that applies like a shitty. She sucks.
Yeah. But again, here's another supposed ally of the Tauri, and they're just stonewalling them.
Yeah.
I mean, like every single one of the Tauri allies has like a flaw. The Tolan are arrogant. The Asgard can't think outside the box, and the
they're also too busy trying not to die right now. But yeah.
But in the Tok'ra just are manipulative.
It's honestly real unfortunate. I feel like they deserve better.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, I wanted to ask you, like in Star Trek, like of all the allied like alien races, like to I guess the Earth Federation, is that what it is?
The Federation. It's not the Earth Federation because they're all supposed to be equals, even though the capital's on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only in the Mirrorverse where it's the Earth. They get the Earth something, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of like the Gundam, something from Gundam. Does like the
Terran Alliance?
Are the allies to the Federation like all like each have like their own unique character flaw? Like, is this a common trope in sci-fi?
Oh yeah. Well, of course, the allies of the Federation just become part of the Federation. That's the whole thing of the Federation. But like, the Klingons are sometimes enemies, sometimes friends, and you can never
Yeah.
tell which day is which.
Okay.
But yeah, so like everyone has a quirk.
Mhm. But in this case, like so far, like most of their allies just seem like honestly kind of well. Maybe I'm just painting this too much because what we've gotten is like 2 Toker episodes where they just kind of seem like dicks and or like incompetent. And like, don't get me wrong, like it kind of works. It works, I think, for this episode more than the last one, but like I
Yeah.
kind of still don't like it.
But look at
Aside
how
from the fact that it paints a perfect opportunity for Teal to start plowing through them in that one scene, like I could just skip this entire episode.
but
Oh
but
yeah,
look at
yeah, skip
how much SG-1 has done for the Tok'ra so far, and look at how little they've received in return.
They
But
did
see,
blow up a moon.
that's like the weird thing because I feel like the Tok'ra have been very helpful in the past,
Occasionally,
and just
yeah.
now it seems weird. Like, because
Where
remember
was
that time when they just like on a whim they showed up and were like, oh yeah, here are these guns that can help you find invisible bugs. Like, take them.
Yeah, like they helped with that. They helped with Skara. Like they'll help with some things, but then
Yeah.
like the price for their assistance is usually high.
Yeah, like
Like blowing up that moon,
going to
I
literal
mean,
hell.
going to
yes.
hell.
Yeah.
So like of the races they've met, I guess the Asgard are the only one that have been particularly friendly and useful.
But also, it's really hard to get in touch with the Asgard.
Yeah,
Like they're not going to show up usually.
Except
yeah.
for the times when they just show up.
Except
I
times
mean, there was
when they
little
just show up on their own.
there was a little while there
And honestly,
where
a lot of times hilarity ensues, so I'm all for it.
yeah. Oh, like have we had a bad Asgard episode?
I can't think of one.
I mean, there's the whole multi-part shenanigan with the Thor's hammer.
I don't even think that's bad.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
no.
bad.
I think that's
Especially
great, especially when like
especially
Thor's like asking them like, "Wait, what did you do?" Like that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, but the
Or
Asgard
even
have
like
their own
the
problems,
yeah,
as
or
we've
like the weird
seen.
bit of Michael Shanks talking to Michael Shanks, and Michael Shanks saying, "Oh no, it's just recording." He's like, "No, I'm not." Like, what are you talking about? It's me. I have legitimately enjoyed every Asgard episode.
The Asgard are fun to have around, just not the most immediately helpful.
Yeah, but I think they do a good enough reason explaining why they're having like they're going through a lot right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of space bugs involved. They're
Mhm.
having a bad time.
yeah.
Of course, the Toker are also having a bad time. They keep having to bug out of planets. They live in caves.
Yeah,
They have to maintain kayfabe, which is really hard for members of that species.
yeah. I feel like they do a better job maintaining kayfabe than the Ghoul will do, but like even then, like,
Yeah, like it's really hard for them to maintain to stay in character. So
But
and of
yeah,
course the Tolan are just jackasses, and the Nox don't want to be involved in anything.
yeah. I mean, the Tolan are basically just the Nox, but like instead of fucking off, they didn't fuck off.
Like
It's actually just
they'll show
more
you
annoying.
all the stuff they don't want to share,
Yeah, whereas like the Nox were like, we're gonna show you the stuff we don't want to share right now, and then get fuck off. You'll never see us
and
again.
and then never again.
Yeah, and even them, like they're willing to help in ways where they're like, hey, can you help us like do this thing that doesn't kill people? I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll hide this one gun for you. What I'm saying is the Tolan have found a way to be more annoying than the Nox, which is impressive.
But yeah, the Chokra have their own shit going on, and they can be helpful. They can want things from Earth. There's always a steep price for everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're like not talking about this episode almost as if like this episode sucks or something.
It sucks, and also like once you've talked about your opinions on what happens with Tilk, and once you've talked about like how stupid the everyone involved is regarding this gold, whatever larva, whatever. You run out of stuff to talk about in this episode.
There is
Teal'c's bowling people over is the good part of this episode. That's it.
O'Neill
Yeah.
has a fun line at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
When the Stargate opens and they get Braytak's ID code through, and then this lady comes through, and O'Neill's waiting in the gate room. He goes, "Braytak, you've done something with your hair."
Yeah.
About it. Yeah, that's a fun line.
Yeah, there's another good line almost a little bit after that, and Shonak goes to O'Neill. She's like, "You are O'Neill, Teal'c's apprentice."
O'Neill just gives Teal'c a look.
yeah.
He just smiles at him.
Yeah.
The rest of the episode, O'Neill's like, "Oh, Master Teal'c," like he's doing that
Yeah.
again.
No, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I guess that's kind of like the frustrating bit is that there's some good moments in this episode, but it's just marred by it just being a giant steaming pile of shit in the center.
All right. So
I don't know.
Yeah. We should probably wrap.
All right,
I'm done
that's
with
enough. Okay, we're done. But we're not done with Stargate, dear listener, if you're still listening, because we have another 4 episodes next time. And these are episodes 5 through 8 of season 4 of the Stargate SG-1. In order: Divide and Conquer, Window of Opportunity, Watergate, and the first ones. This is also a 3 for 4, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Actually, well, one of these episodes is considered by the fan community to be the best episode in the series.
All right.
What do the fans know?
Yeah, it's I will say one of these episodes is one of my favorites.
Like, out of all 200 something, one of the top episodes for most people in the entire series is coming up in this batch. So you can look forward to that. And so this has been a. Oh yes, yeah, you have something.
No, I know which one it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I have something to say. Be certain to tune in for the next episode because we're talking PDWs and NATO weapon procurement.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the P90 changeover?
Spoiler.
How dare you, sir?
It's gonna be good. And so this has been a podcast in the Deep Listens podcast network. The Deep Listens podcast is like a video game book club. Airs every 2 weeks with a different game. Also on this network is Off the Deep End, also kind of a video game book club, but for crusty RPGs, both old and new. There's also sometimes sports shows about basketball or football or what have you. There is a ranking of deck builders show for everyone who loves cards and decks. There's also occasionally Final Fantasy podcasts. I don't know. And there's a Discord. You can join the Patreon for Deep Listens at $1 a month to get access to Discord, where you can talk to all of us about NATO weapons procurement to your heart's content. And if you donate to the Patreon at $3 a month, you get access to the super special secret OG Songcast, which is a podcast about anime from roughly the same time period as Stargate SG-1. And that's it for Deep Listens. You can find me at 5thgengaming.blog. I review games from the 32-bit console generation in release order, or as close to release order as I can get. You should go read that. It's cool. I also sometimes get articles published on Type Bar magazine, so go look that up. Any other plugs?
I guess you could still technically maybe catch me on twitch.tv/Jatsu84. I will stream once in a while. Also, if you want to have like a fun little internet thing, you could have read my articles on thedailydl.com before it exploded. So, I mean, it doesn't exist anymore, so you actually can't read any of that. But they existed at one point in time.
Sure, the Wayback Machine will help you there.
I could, I guess. Which wouldn't help you very much.
Take you way back to 1969. No. So that is it for us.
69.
Summer of 69. Anyway, goodbye, Internet.